Paul Morrow here, Smart Financial. I'm back with a little bit more timely topic today. So let's talk about immigration math and how it can affect you and maybe what you could do to take advantage of it in this environment. So if you've been following us, and in fact, if you haven't, go ahead and mash that little thing here. It says subscribe to the channel, follow us on Facebook and all that. Immigration is a big topic. It's a big topic, since the new administration came in. Some of us don't really know the math, so let's kind of go through it. I got to read the name of this organization because I'm going to get it wrong if I don't. It is the Immigration Council of America. So there's a big immigration council that keeps track of the mathematics. I'll give them credit because they're the ones that know all these numbers, but here's what's going on. So there's an issue in America about immigration. Legal immigration, illegal immigration, and I'm not going to get into the politics of it. This is the math of immigration and how immigration affects our money and the things that we're doing. So first and foremost, it's going to have a tab, and this is a big number. The tab for doing deportations and this immigration change and getting these 10 to 13 million people out of the country has got a cost of $167 billion. Now, that cost is the cost of rounding them up, deporting them, legal actions, et cetera, and getting them out. That's just the first number, $167 billion. But there's a second part of this, which is really kind of important. The tax payments. Legal and illegal immigrants pay about $100 billion in taxes into our system every year. Now, where does that money go? Well, a whole bunch of it goes into things like Social Security. And you should know, undocumented people are not eligible to receive Social Security, food stamps, SNAP, or any other federal benefits. You simply don't get them. So if you can kind of picture it, they pay in to Social Security, maybe with a fake Social Security number, so I don't know what, but they never get anything out. Now, the math of this is that when they do this immigration change that they're doing, and these people stop paying in, it's going to shorten the life of Social Security by about 4 years. Right now, they say that as of 2034, Social Security will be in economic trouble. When they do the deportation, it's 2030. Okay, let me say that again. For those of you that are on Social Security, this is kind of an important topic too. For those of us that are young and aren't on Social Security yet, it could be a vision of the future. Number one, 2034 is when Social Security is going to get into some issues, and they have to either raise the amount that people and employers pay. They have to raise the maximum amount, over 130,000, whatever, collect more. They have to increase the age. They've got to do something. They've just jammed that down to 2030, which is really only 5 years, folks. I should have put up one finger. 5 years. We are in a Social Security crisis program because we're not making enough babies. And that happened 18 years ago. When we stopped making enough babies that are not entering the workforce right now, there's not enough people to pay in. This is a cash flow system, by the way. Social Security has always been a cash flow system. In the 1960s, there were 5 employees working for every 1 person retired. Right now, there's only 2.5. It's been cut in half. Why? Less babies and longer life expectancy. So the Social Security topic is a huge topic. The second one is the construction industry. So 40% of all the labor in the construction industry is migrants, illegals, and immigration labor. 40%. That's a lot. That's a big number. It is projected to drive up the cost of building homes by about 21%. Now, this is huge. We all hear about the tariffs driving up the cost of a vehicle and all that. But if you're building right now, and I don't know if you've ever done any construction in the last few years, especially they say in the state of Florida, if you go to a construction site right now, they're having a huge problem because they're doing immigration sweeps and raids and picking people up. But the problem is who's going to do those jobs. Now, here's the positive thing. There's 29 million, right, immigrants, legal and illegal, in the system. So if they're gone, that is going to possibly create some jobs. I don't know if, white Anglo-Saxon people from the Midwest are going to take all those building jobs, but it is a hole in the economy that needs to get filled with people. So we have 2 holes. We have a labor hole and we have a money hole, right? Now, there's a couple of things about this. There's 70% of the people in agriculture are also immigrant labor. If you watch one of my previous videos, you know that the people in the milk producing business right now, oddly enough, the state of Idaho, which is a major milk producer, they're concerned because they're losing so many people in the milk business. There's a lot of heavy, dirty labor in the milk business. Milking cows, taking care of animals. I have a little experience with that. It's not easy. It's not well paid. It's one of the triple D jobs, they call them. Dirty, dangerous, dead-end jobs. The triple D jobs are the ones that are largely done by our immigrant labor and, yes, undocumented immigrant labor. And that has to do with agriculture, whether it's in California picking grapes, whether it's in Idaho doing the milk things, or whether it's picking vegetables in the San Fernando Valley. So this is a big issue. So now let's talk about how it affects you. Yes, I think you're going to pay some more for your tomatoes and your lettuce and your cabbage, and you're going to pay more if you build a building. That's okay. That's going to happen. All right, let's talk about you as an investor, because this is a smart money discussion. I would definitely do your research and focus on companies that are not, N-O-T, not dependent on immigrant labor. This is really important. So when you're doing your investment analysis, if you look at the companies that are dependent on immigrant labor, I think they're going to have some issues, right? They're going to either be paying more to get their work done, or they're not going to get their work done. In fact, in Idaho, they talked to the head of the Idaho Milk Council, and they said, what would happen to the prices of milk if all your immigrant laborers are gone? And he said, don't worry about the prices, there won't be any milk. And that's a quote. So let's just be realistic about this. Let's focus our investment attention on companies that are immune from immigrant labor reductions, okay? So the math of it, again, is pretty compelling. $167 billion for the cost of deportations, $95 billion of less taxes paid to Social Security. So these are really big deals. Now, I don't know about the Social Security fix for the world at large, but I will tell you, in the Smart Financial Lifestyle books, we advocate that you do your own Social Security supplement. I will echo the words of Larry Fink at BlackRock and other people. If you are listening to this and you're in your 50s and you're depending on Social Security alone, it's a huge financial mistake. It's a huge risk. You need to have your own Social Security supplement. We used to call them private pension plans, and then somewhere along the way, somebody decided that was too, selective wording or something. But I will tell you, I will still call them a private pension plan. If you put money away, that's going to pay you in retirement. That is a private pension plan. So let's just focus on the things that you need to do in this environment to protect yourself. So the immigration math requires two things, all right? Number one, reach out to your investment professionals or do the research yourself and take out of your portfolio the things that are dependent on immigrant labor, okay? Number two, you should look seriously at your Social Security future planning needs, because I do believe that this situation with Social Security is not going to get fixed easily. It's called the third rail in politics. Nobody wants to touch it. There's 72 million retirees in America. They vote. Nobody wants to see retirees' benefits cut. Nobody wants to see the retirement age go up further. However, we have to do these things. The Boston College study on the extension of Social Security was very clear. There's 4 fixes. We just need to do one of them. Charge employers and employees more, extend the age for Social Security, right? For people that are 18 or 20, if you tell them they're not going to get Social Security to 75 or 80, it's not going to mean anything to them. However, it is really important that we do not reduce the benefits of current retirees, because that would be like pulling the rug out from 72 million people that built their retirement life around this. So I do think that the immigration issue is a danger to the financial security of our seniors. So we need to pay attention to that, right? So I'm Paul Morrow, and this is Smart Financial Lifestyles. If you follow us and you subscribe to our channel, you'll also get an invitation to our upcoming meetings in New England, from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, down to Providence. And join us, ask some questions, reach out to us. And before you invest, consult with your own investment advisors. And that's just part of the art of being smart.